Thank you for watching this Vault training video exclusively for NC State Poole College of Management students and alumni. During this video, we will discuss the overview of Vault, our industry and profession research, our company and internship content, and of course, our career prep information. But we think it's best to help all students not only identify where they could gain access to Vault for free, and that being through the College of Management Career Center, but of course where the content on our platform is generated from. Now, anyone that is watching this video and has questions, you could always email us at vaultcampus@vault.com or merely turn to your Career Center staff. Vault is a resource that is currently used by over 250 business schools across the globe, and there's a reason for that. Not just because we've been around for quite some time, starting in the early 1990s, but especially because we consider ourselves to be a leader in developing content that is coming directly from the source. So as we explore our industry and profession profiles, some of the company and internship content as well, along with all the career readiness information that we'll see within the site, note that it's coming directly from the proprietary source, and that being individuals that are currently within those roles, working in those companies, etc., to help all of our students and job seekers across the globe get a competitive advantage and exclusively know what is going to be ahead of them within their career, whether that is industry, profession, or company. Now let's now dive deep into the Vault resource, but before doing so, we want to highlight again how a user can gain access to Vault for free by merely going through your career website. Now, there's multiple points of access to Vault within the career website. We're going to first talk about probably the easiest, and that's going directly here to the Learning Center, scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the page and selecting the category that says Vault Industry Guides. Vault covers over 140 industries, as we'll see as we dive deep in the platform, and here's some of the resources that your Career Center has made it easier for you to explore. From consulting to financial to energy and many other industries. Upon selecting, you will get redirected into the Vault portal, where it will allow you to do all the research within these titles. But Vault is also listed in a second section within the website. If you come here to the communities page, go down to industry specific content, and let's just say we'll use consulting here. Going here, we'll see actual content that is directly pulled from Vault. Overview, uppers and downers, and other information that we think will be wise for you to go ahead and explore. This link here to see more will again redirect you within to Vault, and even scrolling down a little bit further, in case you were going all the way to the bottom, it's also going to talk again about some of those other core sections. Now, you could also gain access to Vault by merely emailing us at vaultcampus@vault.com, but we think the two suggested paths is going to be easiest for all users. Now, once you get directed into Vault, there's a lot of content. We're going to first start with the content that's really geared for our profession and industry knowledge. That's going to be tied here within career advice or merely going over here to our Vault guidebooks. Let's first start with our guides. Now, there's a reason why we have guidebooks even though we don't print titles anymore. All these guidebooks are digital, and in our opinion, it's the easiest way for a student to find value within our site, as it consolidates all these little subsections we see in this header, from research companies, exploring internships, and even some of these sections within career advice, and puts them into one easy-to-read digital title. Now, you're always going to see their most popular. As we continue to scroll down the page, on the left, we notice we could select our popular industries, which will take us into guidebooks on the industry as well as the particular professions. We also have guidebooks, as we'll continue to see within our overview, merely going for the career readiness, interview prep, networking, and so on. And even guides that are certain for populations of students like the international MBA candidate. Now we're going to go into a guide, but let's click around. Whether I select banking and finance, if I come here down to investment management, and then just continue, you're seeing titles that both talk about these industries as well as the specific jobs that are tagged to these industries. We're going to go look at a guidebook here, and all our guidebooks have a new ADA compliant e-reader. Now, you're going to come to a landing page first, which just wants to reiterate how the guidebook was created again from the industry expert's view from our survey, and also to show some other featured titles we think will be best for you to continue to explore during your career exploration. Upon selecting the view now, you will be taken into our new e-reader. What is loading is the detailed table of contents outside of the cover image as we see here, which allows you access to all of our core content. Now, perhaps you're coming on a different device than a PC. You could always download an ebook, whether it's a Mac or a different e-reader of sorts, or merely print some of the sections out in case you like that method instead. But the table of contents here on the right-hand side of the page will give you as much knowledge as needed about these industries, job searching, looking at the future, etc. All you need to do is select one of these categories by selecting this down arrow, and you're taken into the subchapters within. Looking ahead at the future, job searching, again, all core content to make you a better candidate in the eyes of the recruiters. Now let's go look at a particular page here, tend to show the job searching within the industry. Not only will we talk about strategies and organizations, but we're also going to take you into other components within Vault, such as our Explore Internship Research Company section, which we'll get to. Now, still sticking to the category of career exploration in the sense of industries and professions, we do want to shift over to these categories within career advice, because maybe you prefer to learn whether it's via video content, infographics. This is another category that takes all Vault's core survey data and just compiles them in an easier to read function. I'm going to first start with our career Q&A videos. Now, adopting the model of taking all the core insights that we see within our guidebooks, we have over the years have gone out to professionals in the field, whether it's C-level professionals or entry-level, and asking them how they got started in the career and some strategies that they might want to dictate to the next user so they could be successful. As I continue to scroll down, we'll see some most popular and then be able to see all of our categories. And we're going to select one here, choosing finance. Now, upon doing so, we'll see a featured video of that day, a life insurance broker, being able to scroll down, see other profession profiles that we have, and ultimately getting the user to select a video and learn more about that industry and or profession. Now, these videos are somewhat lengthy, here over 13 minutes, but luckily we have exported all the key chapters depending on your needs. Understanding that some students and job seekers learn more about the main duties and career beginnings before exploring things like on the job and advice for aspiring pros. Continuing within the career advice category, we're going to skip over some of the self-explanatory categories like day in the life, ability to find school in case you need additional education, and really focus on these next two of research industries and explore careers. Now, when I select, this is going to be the first reference to one of Vault's rankings, what we see here in the header, right? We're going to get to the rankings, but this is another way for helping a user who is undecided on potential career paths they could use within the degree that they're getting from the College of Management, and use it from exploring fastest majors, industries, etc. But what we're going to get to is by scrolling merely below and looking at the 140 industries that we currently cover. A personal favorite here is when we look at an industry, and we'll take finance as an example, there's a lot of subcategories with it in order to find the difference between hedge fund and wealth management or anything in between. Now, all these sections as we come to not only give you a brief overview and key uppers and downers, but a lot of chapters as well on the left, as we feel is still very important in the terms of career exploration to know things like the industry today, the current trends, and even other resources that might help you be a better candidate. All right, through our guidebooks and career advice, we recognize that that's a lot of the career exploration content. We're now going to take an example of looking at some of our Explore Internships and Research Company categories. But let's first start with Explore Internships. Now, we understand that sometimes the best way to not only get your foot in the door of an organization, but more importantly, to learn about certain tasks and responsibilities and culture fit is to obtain that certain internship. Now, we have multiple ways of finding internship profiles on Vault as a way of reviewing maybe some of the organizations that you know heavily recruit or have recruited in the past. Now, to do so, you could either type in the name of a company, see if there's any available internships, search other keywords such as specific organizations, population, go through filter options, whether it's location, industry specific, or go into our relaunched virtual internship platform for anyone that's looking to explore some of these virtual opportunities. Now, no matter what segment you go to, you'll see organizations that are listing opportunities, be able to see more of that survey result data as we collect it, and then, of course, learning more about the companies that are currently offering these opportunities. Let's just get into a standard profile here just to show what one looks like. Here's one for an internship. Now, what we get is overview content, detailed information from interns such as reviews, and even categories of how to apply in case you're looking for steps to apply instead of just doing mere research. Now, the most popular category here is the intern reviews, and we understand why. From our ratings, as we've seen here, over 900 individuals taking part, we could see what it's like within these current roles here, be able to export more narrative content, whether it's about the interview process, diversity, employment prospects, etc. and then ultimately go to how to apply in case it's needed if, again, we're not seeing this opportunity elsewhere, or perhaps if we haven't networked with an individual recruiter at the company. Now, then we could go into a profile of what life is like as a full-time employee, as we see here, the relatable link below the internship. But for the sake of the overview, I want to highlight how we could do so by either going into our database of researching company survey data or merely going through a ranking. Now, luckily, either or that you select, and I'll go here all the way to the bottom and browse more, will allow you to see both rankings as well as company profiles. Now, we have this page up because a lot of the times a user is identifying organizations that they're very keen on through either information sessions, research within their own Vault portal as well, like referenced in the guidebooks. So they could search an organization here again and get taken to a profile. Similar filter options as well as top searches. But let's highlight a ranking. I'm going to click View All Rankings here, as we have many rankings within our Vault platform. It's not just within some of those core industries from law, accounting, banking, technology. Even we do the rankings for internships. I'm going to use an example here, clicking on banking. Now, the purpose of our rankings is to help students and job seekers identify organizations that they maybe not considered before, because these organizations maybe might be a little bit boutique, not as prestigious as some of the larger firms within the industry. Now, no matter if it's an overall, a prestige, a quality of life, a ranking just on diversity, or even for certain sorts of population like tech, and even all across the globe, as these rankings are not just done in North America, the intention here is to help you identify. So I'm going to go into our quality of life factors here, is what we call our best to work for, as we can see so many. And let's just say we were interested in finding organizations within the investment banking industry that are highly known for their culture. Upon selecting any of our rankings, we get taken to a standard ranking page. We'll see that survey methodology, be able to look at our ranking history, not only to show that we've been doing these for quite some time and we should be a trusted source, but more so to maybe see trends within the industry, organizations that have failed or those that maybe needed some government assistance. Now, on the left-hand side, we could choose factors that matter to us. Perhaps it is culture, maybe it's compensation. Maybe if we go all the way down here, it's relationship with managers. No matter what the category, upon selecting, you'll see that organization profiles are appearing, some that we might know, others that we might not. And the whole intention is, if we think we know or we don't know, do your research on each one of these companies, because you're going to find a lot of core content directly from verified individuals that are currently working there. We're going to select this organization as the example. It looks very similar to other profile pages that we saw. We could see all the relatable internship opportunities that this organization is providing. We'll get a detailed overview about the company, such as what they're currently doing, their COVID-19 pandemic, and then be able to see survey data or just go line by line and look at all the other reviews that we have obtained. Now, the survey says is the most popular, so we'll highlight it here. We understand company research could be very daunting, so we want to take that work off your plate by both giving our own perspective here in italicized, talking about what we've seen from the survey data, and then just consolidating all the quotes that we have for you. So we have quotes here that will discuss the hiring process, quotes that will reflect on career development, what's some of the formal and informal training that's being offered, overall quality of life as well, from things such as salary and benefits discussed, diversity and green initiatives, and especially business outlook for some of the smaller profiled organizations on our site that might not be as large as these Fortune 500. All right, we're going to finish up here. And the final area that we were going to go back into is our Vault guidebooks. Because as much as we prepared on the industries and professions that fit us best, and then we went over and looked at some of the organizations that are offering internships and companies that, again, might suit the interest that we're seeking, we still not have to make sure that we're fully prepared, whether that's for a potential interview, behavioral as we see here, learning about job searching or case interviewing, etc. Let's just go into our titles for interviewing prep, as they are some of our more popular by our business community. Like I said, whether it's on a certain topic, such as behavioral case, you have access to all these guidebooks again by going to the guidebook selection, selecting, such as View Now, and gaining access to that title. Now, all these titles are, again, included free through your subscription by going through the process as we discussed earlier, and that is through the Career Management Office's portal and gaining access to Vault for free. Now, before we leave you all to dive deep into the platform, we do just want to quickly highlight what we discussed today. Now, the summary of Vault is that all the content on our site, again, comes from our survey, and that's going to help you get a clear idea of what the industry is doing in the sense of professions that are popular along with the companies that are hiring. And if you use our site along with all the other career tools that will be provided through the College of Management, you're going to be able to tackle this current job environment better than a user that might only use their career tools once in a blue moon. This is being provided to you for free, and it's going to make you a better candidate by using it. If you have any questions or you want to just contact us with anything, feedback, feel free to always email us at vaultcampus@vault.com or contact your career coaches. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you on Vault real soon.